Om Tat Sat. Text 8. Can you please read that?
Text 8. The colorful greenery of the newly grown grass, the seasonal flowers, the frogs' umbrellas, the butterflies, and the other variegatedness of the rainy season perfectly represent a well to do family absorbed in vanity over their personal assets. A rich man displays his opulence in various colorful ways. He has a good residential bungalow with sufficient property and a well trimmed garden. The bungalow is decorated with up-to-date furniture and carpets. There are motor cars with dazzling polish and a radio set receiving and broadcasting colorful news and melodious songs. All these captivate their proprietor as though he were in a dreamland of his own creation.
Okay,
When
okay,
this
okay. Somebody else read. Next. Tirtha Tilak. Thank you. Thank you, Pradesh.
And the same man was as dry as fallow land, and had none of these opulences. He was plain in behavior. But since obtaining all these material means of enjoyment, he has forgotten the principle that everything in the world comes and goes away like the changing seasons. The beautiful Red Fort and the Taj Mahal were built by Shah Jahan, who left the place long ago, and many others have also come and gone in the same place, like seasonal flowers. Material assets are like seasonal flowers only. Either the flowers wither or the gardener himself leaves. This is the law of nature. Therefore, if we want permanent life, knowledge, and bliss, we must seek them somewhere else, not in the changeable temporary rainy season, which is flooded with so many varieties of pleasing sights that vanish when the season ends. Material manifestations of things are but shadowy representations of reality. They are compared to mirages in the desert. In the desert, there is no water, but the foolish deer runs after illusory water in the desert to quench his thirsty heart. Water is not unreal, but the place where we seek it is misleading. The advancement of materialistic civilization is just like a mirage in the desert. The deer runs after water in the desert with a full speed, and the illusion of water moves ahead at the same speed as the foolish deer. Water is not false, but we must not seek it in the desert. A living entity, but his past experience remembers the real happiness of his original spiritual existence. But since he has forgotten himself, he seeks spiritual or permanent happiness in matter, although this is impossible to achieve.
Ah, great. Thank you. Om Tat Sat. Here we are being wonderfully explained. The colorful greenery of the newly grown grass, seasonal flowers, frogs, umbrella, butterflies, and other variegated season perfectly represent a well-to-do family absorbed in vanity over their personal assets. It's so blunt. And this is something that you can see all the time. I watch in the crowd so many different families coming to festivals, coming to even the temple. Next door in Codicia, you can see the Agri Intech. I was watching from the top. So many of them have come with the family. They have got one kid is having the balloon, other kid is having pam pam, something blowing in the mouth. And the mother is busy eating something. And the father is looking into, what is the latest manufacturing stuff he has got, this, that. They are generally very happy because my child is eating something, my child is having the balloon, I am a successful man, I have got a small income, and I've got a nice house, I've got a car, whatever. Here in this sloka, it's mentioned, all these things are like the rainy season. In the rainy season, you get they say nai kodai, get the mushrooms outside. You get this frogs jumping around. You get new sprouts of nice looking leaves and this thing. Everything looks clean and green. I was just in Kerala and it was raining and we were thinking, what a nice place Kerala is, full green. So green and green. And and nice waters and streams and rivers, and everything looks exciting except for the wetness that you suffer and the cold you may suffer. But everything looks very nice. But they are short-lived. As soon as the rainy season is over, it will become brown again, maybe. Maybe just before the rainy season, you'll see it was really pretty brown. No grass. The grass was all yellow colored, dried up. And with the rain, it comes up and again it goes. So looking for a happiness in that and thinking, oh, it's raining, let's enjoy, let's enjoy. Prabhupada is commenting and saying, this is temporary. This is false. What happiness you have experienced before, in the last sentence Prabhupada says, that you're looking for in the wrong place. You're looking for in the wrong place. And you will not get it in this situation in your material life, with your family, with the, type of setup that is there socially. You will not get that. That is available in a particular place, and there is a particular way of achieving that. That's mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Bhagavata. Since you know it and you know the taste for it, why don't you look for it in the right place? Why don't you stop getting enamored and excited about this temporary happiness, because you're a permanent spirit soul? And you come back to that permanent knowledge and understanding and seek permanent happiness. Because if the permanent spirit soul gets repeatedly fooled by temporary material happiness, it's not very good. They're getting ragged. You're being shown, Ida, this is the one, this is the one, and then it's taken away from you. Then again, you're shown, this is the one, this one, it's taken away from you. You die, the rainy season also dies, it comes back again. Just like the seasons going and coming, you're also being born and you're dying. The coming and going of the rainy season, like that, you're also coming and going. But you are a permanent spirit soul and you have that longing for permanency. You have that longing for enjoying that absolute happiness. But you're looking for it in the wrong place. That's a very wonderful statement. You know, but you are seeking for it in the wrong place. You know what I want, but you're looking for it in the wrong place. Just like, recently I remember we were we were somewhere in the big market area, and we were looking for some item to use in the project. And then we thought it may be here, and we checked here 1, 2, 3, 4 places. And that alone they don't have. Then I said that it's not that alone they don't have. It is not available in this place. I know where it is available. It's not available in this market. This market is not meant for that. But these fellows are telling it's not with us. Means they don't want to agree that I don't have it with me. They're saying that brand is not there. They're making it look like we sell all brands. This brand is not good. We don't sell it. But it's the item itself is very different. You will not keep it, because you deal with things in a different level. So I said, these fellows will never sell that because it's a very high class brand. That they don't want to tell. They don't want to tell. And it is never available in this market. You have to go to the upper market, to the mall. Oh yeah, while I was in Singapore. We were in Singapore looking for what is that, a wireless communication for me for attaching to the phone. They were showing me all sorts of small things that people use now. And I was asking, no, I want this permanent, this thing, the solid one. And they were telling that is not available here. But actually it is available in a different floor. In a different floor. I made out that fellow was saying, and I went and got it in that other floor. Of course, both of them cheated me, including the new floor guy and the other fellow. They're all cheats. They cheated. But the point is that I was looking for it in the wrong place. But then when I had another person guide, he came the next time. I said, I don't know, I don't want to waste my time here and there hanging around. He said, I'll tell you what you'll get. What do you want? He took a list and he said, come here, this one here, this one here. This one not in this complex at all. Let's go to the other one. He finished the shopping within just 1 hour's time. I wanted to buy some mouse. I wanted to buy this type of a mouse. I wanted this. And I said, you go and buy it from him. He said, no, you should come because we cannot return. This is all Chinese, this, that, everything. You should come with me. That time I understood that taking a person who knows where what is so much good, saves your time. So buying things in the right place, like you go to Amazon, you can just go, put it there, search for this, and you can search it out, and then you can point at it and click, this is exactly what I want. And they'll deliver it to you. They made it easy that you don't have to take a guide. You just have to know a little bit what you want. We have got it with us. And if we don't have it also, we can get it for you. We've got almost everything under the sun. So in Amazon, you don't have to really search much. So in the spiritual world, you don't have to search for what you need. What you need is, for sure is there. Like you go to Amazon, it'll definitely, you'll find it there. If it is not there, that means most probably it's difficult to get it. That's a different matter. If you go without guidance in getting what you want, you'll not get it. You'll get confused. Many people will sell the wrong things to you, cheat you. Right? So getting to know what you need and getting it in the place where it is actually available. That's what is being spoken about. Millions of things you can buy, small knickknacks, this, that, everything. But the real quality stuff is not available. Just like that. It is available specifically in a specific place, under the guidance of a specific person. Only a pure devotee of the Lord can direct you to get your heart's hankering. All others will give you all the knickknacks and try to satisfy you. And none of them will satisfy you. None of them will satisfy you. So in the material world, most people try to remain satisfied with all the knickknacks, all the small temporary things, so many things. But this is not the place for it, and this is not the thing, and the people who are guiding you are also not the right people. But you get fascinated because it is green, it is exciting, it is that, it is this, temporarily, materially. We should learn to see beyond it. The razzle-dazzle of the temporary things of the material world and your engagement with it is actually taking you away from the deeper engagement with the permanent things, which is what the human life is meant for. So if you look at your everyday activity, I started doing this actually. I said, how much did I meditate on Krishna? How much did I do those things associated with Krishna directly, deeply, like chanting, reading, or speaking the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita, or leading a kirtan? I said that I have direct devotional service that I need to do. I need to do a little connected devotional service, and I need to do indirect devotional service also. But I want to remain more on the direct devotional service in the month of Purushottam Adhikamasa. So I am trying to do more meditation on the Lord, chanting and all that. But we have to go to the project and see that also, that is connected. I have to see visitors who came yesterday. Somebody came to meet me in the night from America. We are coming tomorrow. My daughter is leaving. I want to see. I don't know why they choose to come just on the daughter's leaving day. So I have to go and see it. I'm not very inclined to spend my time at 8:30 in the night to go and see somebody who's come to see me. But I go and do it. It's a slightly indirect thing. And more indirect things are things that they're calling me, Maharaj, please come in this Lions Club. They're calling you for the inauguration of the new president. And there I cannot speak about Krishna directly. I cannot do, but I have to go anyway. because there are many big people from the city in that, and we can showcase ISKCON in Coimbatore. And so I go. I don't speak about Krishna, I speak some quasi spiritual stuff. So we know we should not settle for those things that are too far away from the truth. As much as possible, we should come towards direct chanting, reading, associating that, deity worship and everything. But we'll have to do related things also, which is also considered to be, once we are mature in our Krishna consciousness and our taste, that is also equally tasty for you, right? So we should know how to focus in this life, not on the temporary things, but on the permanent solid things. The seasons are temporary things that come and go, right? But the sky is permanent. That's the analogy given here. The sky is permanent, but the clouds are impermanent. From the clouds come rains. From the rains come all these different things coming up. So they're all products of temporary things. But if you look at the sky is permanently there. So Prabhupada is saying that the sky represents the absolute truth, the Supreme Lord. And we should always be associated not with the relativities too much, but with the absolute truth. We can observe these things, we can connect them with the absolute truth. We can say how wonderful is the frog and the beautiful greenery. All this is a creation of Krishna. In this way, we bring the absolute into the relative. We absolutize the relative. We Krishnaize the relative. In this way, we can appreciate this, we can enjoy this, plus with the right connection that it all belongs to Krishna and it is Krishna's. In this way, a devotee, Yukta Vairagya, he can get the best of both worlds. That's what is being suggested here by Prabhupada. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Any question or comment?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yeah.
Dandarpana Maharaj. Maharaj, I have a question. So, I'm just quickly reading a line from the preface of Lighthouse Bhagavatam and then I'll ask the question. It says that the order and patterns which we see set about in nature are intentionally designed to illustrate spiritual truths. So this we're dealing with nature, Maharaj, but anything and everything that we see, it can be illustrated and dovetailed to represent the spiritual counterpart. So the question is it really necessary to be really secular about what we're doing in ISKCON? Like for example, I'm taking this example of like Maharaj went to Lions Club. And the value and the goal of the club is to serve society, donate blood, and all of that. So, so Maharaj said that we won't be speaking about Krishna there. So I was just thinking, what if we in such situations say that okay, serving society is great, but the best of service can be done when we serve the supreme truth in that way. So what Maharaj sees as a consequence if that is done?
If that is done, they won't call me again. Number one. Number two, all these pseudo guys who are aping the Western thought are deeply entrenched in the so-called economy development. They have to be not bluntly given the absolute truth. They have to very carefully give it to them. So we may be part of them so that they will keep calling us. So gradually we can hope to influence them or take them aside separately, go visit each one of them separately and attack them with Krishna consciousness, especially those who you think can take it. So I know there are many people chant Hare Krishna also, some of them, but they won't talk about it there. But if I go to their house, they'll show me their puja room and this and that. The chief guest that day was a person who gave 100 crores to the Rotary. By the way, it's Rotary, not Lions, I went to. He gave 100 crores to the Rotary. And in his talk, he said, I cannot speak as good as Swamiji has spoken. I'm not a speaker. But he said, I joined the Rotary because I'm an atheist. He said that in between. Okay. Very clearly. And all of those people there are afraid of talking about their religious beliefs. Because Rotary is very secular. But I am, as Swamiji, called there for giving the donations to various different people, for giving awards and everything also, plus give the chief talk, the main talk. So I naturally will utilize people because there are people who know. There's one lady who said, I'm an IT professional. I'm a Krishna devotee. She told very clearly to me after a session. So the advantage is that people who are Krishna devotees, they are there for business purposes. This is not the field for me to speak about my religion, but it's a field for me to make contacts for my business. But one-to-one, when they talk to each other, they're talking about Krishna, they're talking about religion, everything. So accordingly, we should preach, being sensitive to the situation. If you go and ruffle it, then they won't like it and they won't call you again. They'll consider you to be brash, that you took the opportunity to present your own stuff to everybody. I did do presentation to some extent, very subtly, saying that we are building a huge temple, saying that we're building a cultural center. I sat next to the chief guest. After he spoke, I spoke to him a long time, talking nothing about religion or anything. And he was also very happily speaking to me. So that's needed sometimes, to keep friends with people who are your clients, even though they don't fall into your business. Because in the future, they will fall in the net somewhere. That's all. I'm also a businessman. I'm in the business of making devotees, putting Krishna consciousness inside them. So I also have my strategies and tactics. That's all. Okay?
Okay, Maharaj. Thank you.
Yeah. You see the way Prabhupada has explained light of the Bhagavata? This is meant for a secular audience. Very rarely he will talk about Krishna. He'll talk about absolute truth, relative, that, this, everything. The light of the Bhagavata is a brilliant rendition. One of my favorite books. You can go and read the Bhagavatam translations for this, which I think was not done by Prabhupada. He did not live to do it. But he wrote a prose version, Light of the Bhagavatam. And you can compare it. Or you can go to Krishna book also and read it. You can see the difference. When he writes the Bhagavatam commentary, it directly mentions this. When he writes Light of the Bhagavad, he speaks about interfaith. He speaks about Muslims, Christians coming together. He speaks about atheistic fellows. He speaks about a lot of secular things. He speaks about nature and everything. Yeah. Any other question or comment?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yeah.
Maharaj, you mentioned that for Purushottam month you are chanting and you're doing direct devotional service. It is highly encouraging, Maharaj. So I will also chant more and read. Thank you, Maharaj.
Jai. At least one person today has been influenced by this session to do something more. Anybody else? Okay. Jai Ho. Hari Bol Sadhanath. Hare Krishna. Thank you for opening up your video.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. All right. Om Tat Sat.